Alright guys, so update on work stuff. Currently fighting a migraine that's just on one eye. I don't know what the hell's going on. We had our audit today. Our store was so bad before I got there that they put them on a 45-day audit.
Oh, you doing the video?
Yeah. Say hi, YouTube. This is Robert.
Hey everyone.
He's all sorts of...
I'm messed up right now.
I am too. I don't feel good. And it just hit me all of a sudden today. Like, I was doing fine until, like, the middle of, like, the morning. And then I'm, like, throwing up in migraine and I don't know what's going on. But my boss was there today. The audit people were there, which was, like, 3 people. Running around in different parts of the store, auditing everything, counting all the inventory, basically. And, so before I got there, I was promoted up from my training about 2 weeks early from my training. I hadn't learned everything. Honestly, I didn't learn much because they had me stuck behind a register. When I should have been learning paperwork and stuff, and I really struggled in my first month to learn everything, and I'm still learning a lot, but I'm getting better. And my new area manager is really awesome, but he was there, and back in April, about 45 days ago, before I got there, their first audit, they classified them as a level 3, which is really bad. That's the worst you can get. That means per the thousands, if you're under 50,000 in like pricing difference or whatever between inventory and sales and stuff like that, if you're under 50,000, then it's fine. There's nothing really wrong with your store. You're a level 1. You're good. If your sales and your inventory are way out of whack and it's between 50 and 150, yeah, 50 and 150, then you're a level 2. More than likely, you're not getting a bonus. And store manager bonuses are really good, apparently. I'm not getting one because the store was messed up before I got there. We're very hopeful for July because I'm in the right path. And if it's over 150 difference, then you're a level 3, which is the worst. My store was a level 3 when I first got there at the end of April, right after their audit. They fired the other manager because of it, and a bunch of other stuff. But when I got there, come to find out, it wasn't just the other manager that was not doing everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were doing as much as they could given the circumstances, because I understand. And she should have gotten more help instead of being fired, in my opinion. She should have gotten help. Because the assistant manager was the one that I tried to get booted out of the door. She was the problem. She wasn't helping doing anything. She couldn't communicate with the staff. She wasn't cycling any of the inventory. It was just stockpiling in the back. She was the one doing the ordering, so if she was over ordering, it was bad. It was bad when I set foot in there. And she wanted to throw one fit after another and complain about me and drama, to the extent that my area manager at the time threatened my job twice. You need to get along with her. Da, 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 da. She feels like you're just taking over. Yes, I need to take over because she's destroyed the store. And I flat out said to their face, they're playing favorites. I'm not playing that game. I had my job threatened twice, and nothing came of it because I was flat out told to my face in front of 2 other store managers and my own staff, if I didn't learn to get along with her, it was going to be reported to HR. Try me. After that conversation, the assistant manager texted one of the staff members not me. I was never notified in the middle of the night that she was transferring to another store. I was never notified of this transfer. Not by my area manager, not by her, not by the new manager that was going to take her over. Nobody notified me of this transfer. I should have reported that to HR. Because as a store manager, you should know where your employees are. And if your assistant manager cannot communicate with her own manager, and the area manager above me cannot communicate with her own employee, there's a problem. And they don't like that pointed out, apparently. So, more drama was caused after that, which I have updated y'all about. And I started getting harassed. And then all my information and some private group chat screenshot between me and my employees was posted all over the internet by a customer. But it was originally brought up by my former area manager as a write-up. She threatened my job a third time and said that I was being too friendly with staff, blah, blah, blah. But then turned around and accused of being horrible to my staff. Make up your mind. Which one is it? Because I know exactly who's writing this complaint. I'm not stupid. So I took all my screenshots, all the pictures of the complaints that got emailed to me, phone recordings of me having to call this customer about the complaint because I am a store manager and I have to call the customer. I recorded it. Sent it all to HR. Filed a formal complaint for harassment. Because you don't bring me in with all my experience, my degrees, and tell me this is a horrible store. Fix it. And then I find the problems and weed out the problems. And then you turn around and threaten my job. Because you don't like how I run my store and my way of fixing it. Sounds like a you problem. Because apparently, according to my audit, within barely a month and a half of being there, I brought it up from a level 3 to a level 2. My new area manager was very proud of me. He said, I know you haven't been here that long and you're still learning how to do the truck ordering and you're still learning how to do this, and this on the computer. But you know what? If you want to pat yourself on the back for that one, go right ahead. And I was like, it's team effort. It's team effort. Because if it wasn't for the ones that I've basically communicated everything with, I communicated our inventory, how to handle it. I have communicated how to handle write-off stuff, damaged stuff out of date. I have communicated what to do with everything, every step of the way since I started there with my staff. That it's the tracking and everything's gotten better. The inventory has gotten, the truck ordering has gotten better. Everything has gotten better because I communicate. I don't ask too much of it. I'm just doing my job. And the difference is noticeable. So I'm very proud of that. In turn, HR called me the other day because it's taken a little while for them to get to my case where they were moving people around. Obviously, I just said I have a new area manager and I lost an assistant manager and got a new one. So they're shuffling people around in the company, and they apologize. They're like, hey, we got tied up, but I'm looking at it now. Explain this, and this, whatever, because I have 11 screenshots on that thing. 11. I'm not playing. And I explained it, and I said that screenshot specifically of my group chat with my employees, one, is private per company policy. because it is a job-related chat. So anyone outside of the company should not have a copy of the screenshot. But they do. And the only person that's brought that up to me was my former area manager. She claimed someone gave it to her. HR goes, that is the definition of harassment. Because private information is leaked to provoke you. That is the definition of harassment. And I am in the right. I had a right to file it. And they're going to look very heavily into it. Because they're taking it very seriously. And I hope they do. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. Because my job location, my legal name, my phone number, an old photo of me, all of that was put in all over the internet. With the intent. The statement written on the post or whatever was to intimidate and harass me. Saying I was an awful person, I'm mean to everybody, I'm horrible, blah, 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 I deserve to be fired, blah, 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 blah. Somebody's upset. It's not my job to make you all happy. I'm shy. My job's to sell stuff. On top of that, because I had my audit, my store is going to do a full reset. We're going to lower my shelves. They're too high. Way too high. They're like 6 foot. I don't need all that. I can't even see the back of my building. We're moving stuff around. They're going to have a whole thing on the 25th. It's going to start. I don't know how long it's going to take. It's going to be a whole process. After that, I need to really get on tracking my inventory 10 times harder, making sure everything's where it needs to be on the shelves 10 times harder. I have 2 or 3 people, it's more like 2, that do not put stuff where it belongs. They do not walk around the aisles and see where customers drop things off randomly and put them back. They don't fill missing spots with stuff that's in the back. Like they just don't. It's literally like 2 people. They just don't do it, and I'm keeping an eye on that, because if they can't do their job, they gotta go. Sorry. You alright? Yeah. Uh-huh. Sorry, had a coughing fit. I've already been sick twice today because of this migraine. I do not want to just be sick from a coughing fit. But yeah, other than that, the store is progressively getting better. The big thing is I need to figure out, well, I guess obviously after the reset, sales might get better. So that's the big goal, is to increase sales. And it's to make the store look better too, because I've got all sorts of issues. I mean, you could walk up to the store and my banner above it is torn to shreds, and you know, I've got dry rot going on. Like it's just it's falling apart. It's an old store. So
The store's been around since the 70s.
yeah, it's an old, my banner's missing above the door. It's gotta be taken down. I gotta find another one. I got dry rot. I get stuff falling from the ceiling. It's old. Like, they need to come in and kind of like revamp it a little. I got equipment falling apart constantly every day. Equipment. I just got a new pen pad for one of my POS stations because it all of a sudden now half the buttons don't work. So that just came in today. But yeah, we're working on it. It's getting better slowly, and obviously within a month and a half, 45 days, I literally came in right after the audit. I raised it from a level 3 to a level 2. And my new area manager is very, very hopeful that I can raise it to a level 1 if I really, really get control of this inventory a little bit more. I get control of, the learning the truck order a little bit more. He said the truck order can be fixed, other than the daily fresh foods, which we have to order every morning for the next, I think it's like a day out or something like that, which is, like breakfast goods and, the fresh bakery stuff. Like, it's fresh foods. Everything else in inventory should be on an auto order system. And we can fix that by constantly tracking the inventory every week. And then the auto inventory system will update. And also fixing the shelving. Because if you have, say, 6 rows of one item, it's the auto inventory is going to try to fill 6 rows of that item. You're going to end up with an abundance of it versus 3 rows of that item. If you have that in the system that you only have 3 rows of it, that's less inventory that's going to be coming in, less waste. You see what I'm saying? If you're not making the sales, it's less. That's what's affecting us. We have too many what they call front facings. We have too many front facings. So I've got, like, I'm going to give an example. The most vaguest one I can. 2-liter sodas. I have 8 front facings of 2-liter sodas, but it's only 1 or 2 deep. I can condense that down to like 4 front facings and be like 3 or 4 deep instead. And it would auto order for only filling up 4 front facings, 4 rows instead of 6. If that makes sense. It's taking away 2 extra rows to fill up. So that'll definitely help. Which doesn't explain why I have an abundance of some things that only have like 1 or 2 rows. Somebody miscounted or put it in the system wrong because I got way too many. But to be fair, some mornings I sell a lot of certain items and it may or only have 1 or 2 front facings, but that's a really high ticket kind of thing. Like, I have a lot of regulars that come in and get the same thing every morning, so I end up with a lot of it. But that's about it as far as work goes or whatever, so I figured I'd share good news for a change. Yep. Zane's back from his dad's. He had a stomach virus or something going on, apparently. I asked him how it went, and he goes, he's been sick or something. Like, he's like, okay, minus the stomach virus. I was like, okay. I guess it went okay. But yeah, I can't keep making trips out with my car to pick up or drop him. He's 18 for one, but for 2, my car needs a lot of work right now, and I can't drive it that far again. It won't do it. I still haven't gotten around to cleaning this house for the landlord to come in. So far, the landlord's pushing it off. She said a couple of weeks. Her son came and cut the grass and said that they weren't going to charge me this time around. I can't afford it anyway. I think I still owe them for the last time. I just, every 2 weeks, it's like $60. I don't have it. I don't have an extra $120 laying around a month. Sorry. Uh, Robert's still healing. Bruising's going down a little, swelling a little bit. He's out of his meds now. They only give him a week worth of meds. I don't understand it, but it's looking better. He still can't move one arm very well. And I don't know when his ortho appointment is. They said they were going to set it. Maybe it's on his chart. I need to put it in my schedule. I have a lot of things I need to put in my schedule. I need to change scheduling, according to my new manager. I need to move somebody from day shift to overnights, whether they like it or not. I have one person in mind because they were hired on most recently, and I was told she had more of an open availability. I mean, honestly, she doesn't do anything at night. So if she adjusted her own schedule, she would be available overnight. I need an extra person because some nights I need to double up. The new guy that we hired on for overnights, he's been here barely a week and he needs more training. He just needs more training, but I don't think he's even putting in the effort to stay. I just got that feeling that he's just given up before it started. Maybe it was one of those like filler jobs until I find something else kind of thing. And I don't know. That's just the vibe I'm getting. So that concerns me because I need overnight people. I cannot work overnights. I am the store manager. I have to function, and I have to be available during the day for when they're calling me and texting me and they need stuff, and it's almost every day. I'm 24/7 on call, and if I'm working overnights, I'm sleeping during the day. So unlike another store manager that works overnight, that my staff relies too heavily on me to be readily available. I don't think they go to my assistant manager for anything. I don't think they go to the person that I'm getting promoted as my shift lead for anything. Like it's all on me right now. What?
I was just asking if you wanted a McDouble cheeseburger.
I don't know. I don't eat at McDonald's. I don't know what their stuff tastes like.
It's just a
I just know their fries are way too salty and skinny. Like, I just don't like their fries.
I think you might have to scrape the onions off, but it's all it is a cheeseburger with ketchup, mustard, onion, not onion, onion and
I
pickles.
don't need you spending all your money.
No, I got
Despite your $8 refund you're getting from an order you already received, which makes no sense. They're refunding him money, claiming that he didn't get it, but it's literally sitting in the kitchen. Well, we're sorry you didn't receive your order. Yeah, you did. What? Yes, he did. Makes no sense. This thing is tiny for a double. What the hell is this thing?
But I got a free Big Mac.
What does it smell? It's their pickles.
It's sweet.
It's a very strong pickle smell. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of bread. Where's the meat?
There's 2 patties in it. Hamburger patties.
Where's the meat? Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I just figured I'd share some good news. My audit is basically telling my new area manager that I'm fixing the store. It's getting there. It needs a lot more help, and he's willing to bring in help at the end of the month. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I'm learning a lot because he's literally, every time he's there, he will sit me down at the computer and he was like, "Do you know what this report is?" "No, I wasn't shown it." okay, well, here's how to do the math on this, and here's how to read this, and here's where this goes, and if you need more information, you go here, here, and here, and he'll sit there and walk me through everything. And because I have a background in computers and finance and stuff like that, like numbers and charts and stuff, I'm eating this up. And I told him that. I said, like, I love this. And there was a point where he was printing off something with the inventory because, you know, some inventory you have to get rid of. You just have to sell it for $1 and just mark it off your system. That's what we were doing today. And he went to print off, and it was like 13 pages or something. Like, literally, we just marked off like 5 items and marked them down to $1 to clearance. And I was like, you know, I can make that list shorter. And I just like clicked on like Excel spreadsheet, sort whatever by. He was like, that's brilliant. I said, it's Excel, and I excel at Excel. And he was like, so this stuff is going to be a piece of cake once you actually figure it out. I was like, yes, sir, it will. Yes, sir, it will. So I'm pretty excited about that. He's willing to sit me down and literally walk me through everything to the point where I understand what I'm doing so that I can make the store better. I can fix our sales. I can fix our inventory. And I can prove myself, basically. Because, I mean, once I know something, I can get it done. I just have to train my staff, too. Because I'm going to need their help. And I have to be able to... A manager should not be running the shift. The employees should be running the shift. And right now, I feel like I'm running the shifts from at home. I've got to get to a point where my employees are able to run their shifts. They know what to do. They can come in and go, all right, let me track this inventory today. Let me cook this food. Let me sell these items and focus on this. You know, get in, knock it out, go home. And then I come in and everything is exactly how it should be. It's less for me to have to pick up. I can focus on the paperwork. I can focus on fixing the truck orders. I can focus on, you know, what needs to be focused on, replenishing and restocking, training the new guy that apparently has not been trained very well in the first week and needs retraining. You know, I need to be able to do that. I can't do that right now. And I'm falling behind when it comes to the employees. I'm falling behind. I shouldn't have to be leading the shift. I should be leading the store. So I need to figure that out. That's my adjustment that I'm making. I need to figure that out. There's a huge leap between being an assistant manager, where I've been at a couple of jobs, to being like the store leader, the GM. Huge difference. Huge difference. But I'll figure it out. I'm progressively getting better.